Israel's chief of staff, Ayal Zamir, makes it clear. At the center of Israel's threat stands Iran. The campaign against Iran has concluded with significant achievements. Our enemies once again felt the long arm of the IDF, and it will continue to strike wherever required, near or far. This is not a warning, it's a reminder. Iran opened an unusual military exhibition in Tehran: missiles, drones, locally manufactured weapons. The message is aimed inward and outward, projecting readiness for a future confrontation with Israel and the United States. Displayed: ballistic and hypersonic missiles, fragments of an Israeli drone shot down during the 12-day war, and Shahed drones, the same models used by Russia. The display is not confidence, it's signaling. Arab media reacts angrily, claiming Israel's actions are undermining the process. Turkey's foreign minister, Hakan Fidan, sets what he calls a red line. Anything done in Gaza must be for the people of Gaza. This is Turkey's red line. Speaking after the Gaza summit in Miami, Fidan outlined 3 demands. 1. Gaza will be governed by Gazans. 2. No territorial division. Every action must benefit Gaza's residents. He accuses Israel of ceasefire violations and warns the peace plan is at risk. President Erdogan, he says, is personally monitoring the situation. Turkey even offers its earthquake recovery experience as a model for rebuilding Gaza. IDF report: 5 terrorists approached the yellow line and were eliminated. Minutes later, 2 Hezbollah operatives were killed from the air in southern Lebanon. One inside a vehicle, the other riding a motorcycle. Fast, precise. No hesitation. A Jewish woman was kidnapped and brutally raped in Jericho. She is of Russian origin, likely a new immigrant. She was abducted by an Arab acquaintance and assaulted by multiple attackers. Jericho, a so-called tourist city, has become a known location for rented villas used for sexual crimes, including against Jewish women. Some properties are owned by Arab Israeli citizens or residents of East Jerusalem. These crimes are routinely buried, downgraded to criminal offenses, and denied public attention. This is nationalist sexual violence, and silence enables it. Arabs attacked Jews with stones near Brown Park. One victim was lightly injured and evacuated to Meir Hospital. 2 others were treated on site. Since the start of the year, 160 Israelis injured by stone attacks in Judea and Samaria. The full annual report is coming. France is preparing to reopen direct talks with Russia. Moscow welcomes it. Putin is ready to talk. The Elysee Palace is now coordinating with Ukraine and EU partners. In plain terms, Putin is buying time, and France is playing along. The IDF will equip 10,000 reservists with long rifles stored in safes at home. Lessons learned from October 7th. Goal: maximum readiness. 1-hour response time. These weapons are for fighters in the new David Division along Israel's eastern border. Earlier today, IDF forces identified suspects gathering near the Yellow Line in northern Gaza. Warning fire was used. 3 terrorists crossed the line and posed an immediate threat. In 2 additional incidents, more terrorists crossed the line. In all cases, the Air Force struck and eliminated the threat. Southern Command forces remain deployed and ready. Iranian Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi admits, "We were in contact with Steve Witkoff but suspended talks months ago. They are not ready for a fair agreement." Iran says, wait. In reality, they stall, deceive, and buy time. Court documents reveal the Sydney terror plot could have been far worse. A father and son trained with weapons, prepared explosives, and planned mass murder. A technical failure in the explosives prevented catastrophe. This was not spontaneous, it was methodical. Western intelligence confirms Iran is trying to restock planetary mixers via China. These machines produce solid fuel for ballistic missiles, a critical component. Israel destroyed many during Operation Like a Lion. A shipment left China by sea and never arrived. A senior Israeli security official warns, Iran is pushing hard to mass-produce ballistic missiles. This issue will be front and center when Netanyahu meets Trump in Florida next week. Sources say Chief of Staff Zamir personally warned CENTCOM Commander Admiral Brad Cooper. Israeli intelligence fears missile movements in Iran could mask a surprise attack. Estimated likelihood under 50%. But no one is willing to gamble. The biggest danger, miscalculation. Border police and IDF forces operated overnight in Kalkilia. 2 wanted suspects arrested. Violent riots followed. Forces responded with live fire. 2 attackers hit. Egyptian sources tell Hezbollah-linked media. The international force planned for Gaza will not disarm Hamas. Instead, a Palestinian mechanism may collect weapons during reconstruction. Reality check, no guarantees, no enforcement. Turkey's foreign minister will soon visit Damascus, alongside the defense minister and intelligence chief. Regional realignments are accelerating. Some Iran-backed Iraqi militias say they are ready to surrender weapons and enter politics. Others warn disarmament without guarantees is dangerous. The resistance axis is cracking, but not collapsing. In southern Syria's Suwaida region, Christmas and New Year celebrations were canceled. Official reason, respect for the dead. Reality, threats against Christian celebrations by regime-opposed Druze factions. Fear is dictating silence. Saudi media reports Israel has been updated on Gaza's new technocratic leadership. The U.S. is coordinating with Arab mediators. Steve Witkoff met officials from Qatar, Egypt, and Turkey in Miami. The Netanyahu-Trump meeting in Florida is expected to decide the second phase of the Gaza deal. Egypt estimates Phase 2 could begin as early as January. Names are already selected. The question is not who governs, but who controls.